With no buttons on the remote control and no obvious keyhole or thing to push, how do you open the Volvo EX30? Very simply, you can either put the remote control there, or you can just pull the door handle and in you go. It's the first of many simplifications and minimalism inspired ways that Volvo have redesigned the interface of their newest electric vehicle. Let's take a drive. The first thing you notice about this very lovely Volvo EX30 is that there are no buttons. The only buttons apart from what's on the steering wheel are two buttons to open and close the windows and a software switch for the back windows. So you don't need a start-stop button, nor for that matter do you need a handbrake, because as soon as you push the park button, the car knows it's parked and it activates the parking brake. You've got gears on one side with the park button. You've got indicators and windscreen wipers on the other side. It's winter in Joburg, so I haven't had to worry about any rain. But everything else you can control either on the steering wheel or a large screen tablet, it looks to be, and it allows for a very clever interface. The one thing that I've been surprised by is the clever integration with Google Maps. It tells me where the closest electric car chargers are. It's just invaluable. It's like that much tiny extra little bit of thought into the customer experience, my experience. I don't have enough phases on my home system to charge my car at home, even when I get an electric car. Therefore, I'm going to use one of the many grid car charging stations. I found one at the pantry. I went there, I left the car for an hour. I went to watch a movie with my son and I came back and the car was fully charged. It's that convenience that is necessary to make electric cars a way of life for us. Because right now, you drive to Harrismith, instead of getting there 10:30 and you'll grab a sandwich, you book a slot at 10 o'clock exactly for an hour or half an hour. A supercharger will be there, maybe one of grid cars, 75 kilowatt chargers that I used at the pantry that did half of this car's battery, about 150, 180 kilometers worth of power in about an hour and a bit. So that's the conceptual change we're going to have to make for long distance driving. But for just driving around a city, I have to say this is a very tough car to beat. It just shows you all you need in a car is a steering wheel and some kind of interface. In front, you have almost nothing in front of you except a very simplified Harman Kardon sound bar. So what's it like to drive? Well, it's fantastic. It's very plush. It's very comfortable. It's a very slick feel. The steering is impeccable. The car is incredibly quiet. I love that when you put it in reverse, it plays you this kind of quite charming elevator music. Don't tell Volvo I called it elevator music or music. It's just, it tells you that you're in reverse and you're moving backward. Very nice camera usage. I've always been impressed with Volvo's camera usage. It does some clever photo editing with the 4 cameras on either side, and it gives you what looks like a view from above, but it also shows you exactly where you will be and the distance between you and other objects. That I've really liked. Overall, if I was going to buy an electric car today or tomorrow or early next week, this is the car I would buy. It's 750,000 Rand for the entry level. I think it's a very good price for an electric car. I think this is a very good starter electric car for anyone who wants to drive electric. Welcome to the future.